Okay guys, we're still at Bordertown. This is going to be quite probably about 4 or 5 parts, but I'll see how we go. I might put a couple together, but yeah, we'll see. Oh. But like I said, it has gotten cooler. So here we go. This is the keto. Thank you for your service. Elizabeth. 1941. George Ralph, AIF, 1924. Thank you for your service. Here's one with a lovely wrought iron fence, but also some tiles around and some tin, and there's also a bit of marble there. So whether that marble had a name and it's worn off. There's a grave here. Okay, Charles. This one is very hard to see. It's on tin and it's been put on bricks, and then it's oil and low, and this one has been split in half. What a shame. There's the grave there. Okay, that's Westerns, and here you can see there's one grave there, but there's also 2 graves here, maybe 3. There's one with a surround here, and so this is like a white marble. It's very hard to read. Kilson? A hurdle. Oh. John Hunt, 1916. Mary, 1924. This one. I'd just like to reach out to the spirits within the Bordertown Cemetery. If you like to speak in this little box, which is now a recording voices and pictures, you could do a picture or you could just put your voice, your thoughts, as you really don't have a voice box, but you can project your thoughts onto. And if there's anyone from the graves that have no names on, you can come forward and tell us your name. Thank you. This is Hill. This one here has deteriorated. This one is Verico, Maud, and there's a very old name, Maud. and Cyril. Okay. Okay. Okay, these are getting a little bit newer. That's a little one. There's some graves here. This is Jarrett, 1939. The Mitchells. Jennifer Alice Murrell, mother 1940. Theophilus John Howell, 1935. $1950. Loving memory of Charles Stewart Wiley, 1934 and 1954. Keith Donald Sullivan, Charles Call, Fry, Archibald Fry, and Emma Fry. And we have another grave here. And right next to this one is a lovely unknown grave. So on the edges of each row, they have 1 to 34. So obviously if you go, there will be a map and where people are buried. Hopefully it's pretty good. I haven't seen it. I know some of them, I know recently one cemetery found one person had 5 different graves. Okay, that one is far too early. $1933, 46. Sorry guys, that was a bit of a... here's a lovely one. Charlotte, 1937, and Edward, 1933. Then we have these twin graves. This one here. This possibly, yes, looks like there was a stone or something there. So, although someone has driven over it. That's a bit sad. This one is a very old one. It's Ellie Fisher, 1885. Maureen Arnold, and there's a train in the background. Bertha Butler, 1944. And George. These are newer ones. And a lot of the older ones have new family members who've had their ashes interned with their family. So that's why I always check. And this one, you can see the top has begun to really break and distort. And it's, oops, there we are, Dulcie and Thomas. This one obviously is a grave, or going to be. These are quite early. That's a very distant one that has had a rebury. Some of these are quite new. The ones back there I won't be going back to because they're all in the last 20 years. This one here. That's a Tilly and a Tilly. Unknown grave here. Oh. Excuse me. 1917. If you look here, you can see the mounds where graves would have been. Okay, so this is Langley Hubert, who unfortunately drowned in 1918. And this one is Elizabeth Nee Hunt. And this one, and it has been redone by the family, and all the information is down there. Okay, here we have, this is Jane Wilson, died 1915, and someone has put a small stone and some flowers to remember her. Okay, now over here, like I said, these are new ones, so, and there's just a cross here with no name or anything. And so we'll go down, and this one is very covered in lichen, and there is a lovely Copemondi roses and that there. And that's another entry there, and that's along the this is another larger one. Here we have John Allen Beard, 1923. Okay. Okay, someone in the Wilson family has been finding their ancestors, because here's another William James Wilson, 1923. That's a Wilson there, possibly more there. Then here we've got newer ones. So that one is a butler, but unfortunately very okay. And of course we always have war graves. Thank you for your service, sir. Okay, these here are newer ones. Very ornate Italian ones. I'll just do a quick in respect for their families. Okay. Oh, this is a marble one, but I don't know whether it's for this one or the one behind. We'll find out when we get around there. So once again, along this side, they're all in the last 20-30 years. So $1834. Oh, there we are. That's a lovely one. That's 44. And there's a little one here. Okay. There's a memorial made out of tin, or someone's redone it with tin and flowers and that. And that's for Elizabeth Burge, 1911. And there's a couple of graves here, and there's this one that has very hard August MacDonald. Is it 1920? Gone but not forgotten. There's Merritt's. This one is possibly a family one, and there's an urn, but unknown. There's Miles, and there's a lovely memorial there. And this one has been redone. It's quite a large one. It goes for the full. So I'm assuming it is a family one, but there's no names. They're recent ones. Oh, this is going to get tricky because there's 72,000. They're newer. And someone has a lovely Christmas tree they would have put up. So I'm just And some of them have weathered really well, and some of them have not, as you can see by this one. The granite, unfortunately, has not done well with the there's another no, okay. Oops. So that's what it looks like. I'm heading up towards there, and these are newer, and I'm assuming most of these are not, but they could be. Okay, Lydia Starr, 1900 by the look of that. William Thomas, John Frede, is that 1930? So there is, as you can see, there's a lot of no names. Oh, sorry. And a lot of newer ones and older ones. Now these ones are faced in a different way. Now just here you can see an indent in the ground where a grave would have been. These are 1930s. I think with the big floods that came through, a lot of the graves were upturned, and as you look here, that is only not even 30 years old, and it's already began. So this is George Fiddler, 1925 and 1931. Henry Haig Exton, 1925 and 1930. (1932). So this is a larger family grave site. So there's 4 interments here, and obviously other family members could be buried there. Most likely their ashes. Okay, here's Dora Helen, 1925, Betty, 1925. Stevenson. There's this one, and a grave next to it. Now, we will come over here, but as you can see, it's well kept, well mowed. Okay. This one here, there's no name, just Those ones along there are baby ones. I'll give a quick view. And then we will come along here. This one here has got a lovely cross. But most of them along here are newer. I will have to go. They've got obviously a central garden there that I'll do when I come up through the middle. Hunts. $1928 there. He was a veteran as well. Oh. Sacred memory of Margaret Allen, 1925. Oh, James and Margaret herself, 1944. Helen McRae. Timothy Price. Prider. There's a small one here. $19.20 and 19. There is one, possibly two unmarked graves here. Merv Clark, Emma Quick, 1927. Two no names. Okay, I'm going to stop the video and I will start a new one. Okay.